We Culture comes to you compliments Hubbards and Grenada Paper Products, manufacturers of Royal, Horizon and Quick and Easy paper towels and napkins.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win. Big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
And Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sanatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
Rhythm coconut, rum lemon, passion fruit, sorrel, even the exotic spicy rum.
Ah, the flavored rums of Grenada Distillers Limited.
Class codes?
Yes, girl. They are all produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited in Woodlands. You know, all their rums are world-class and internationally acclaimed, winners of numerous gold medals.
I'll have the spicy rum and
Grenada's #1 rum. We drink it on sport. Add a little flavor to your life.
Customer services, bill payment, revenue collections. We are open. NOASA's Lucas Street headquarters.
Come, we are excited to serve you.
NOASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
Get vaxxed, hey, hey, vaccinated. Get vaxxed, hey, hey, get vaccinated. Vaccinated. So wear your mask up, wash your hands up, and practice social distance. This is we chance to advance. Come let we fight this COVID at once. So come on, let we fall in line. We want to come back to with social life. Vaccination island-wide. So come on, let we fight it to protect we and we family.
This is a message from the Grenada Red Cross and the Ministry of Health.
Waiting high up the ladder.
Hey, dog, you know what? Yes, man. Yeah. You got to be from house, huh? All right. Which one you want? From house. Yeah, no problem. Nice. Move tonight. Watch when you like it. My bad come to 5 showers masters. Who they got? By the way, Fang Tiu, Cheng Kwan Chong, David Chan, T Long. And who could be Marfui and Shaq. I don't know what rolling show you. If you do on Sunday, yeah, I like it. Got me out today? Yeah. Where you going? Pete, a big man like you, but how are you cheap so why? Come, give me the money, man. Every time you come and speak, you go in. Folks, join us this Friday on We Culture as we continue our entertainment series. Join me, Scholar, Doc, and of course, Reece will be there. See you then.
Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance round the maypole. Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance round the maypole. Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance round the maypole.
The digital future of music and copyright in the Caribbean will be discussed by two of the Caribbean's leading experts on the creative industries and copyright, Dr. Keith Nurse and Dr. Erica Smith, on GBN's Green's Music to the World this Saturday, July 10th from 10 a.m. If you are a musician, artist, writer, dancer, sportsperson, craft maker, designer, or someone involved in any of the creative and cultural industries, this is for you. Tune in this Saturday, July 10th from 10 a.m. Green's Music to the World.
And we don't dance round the maypole.
Good evening once again, folks. Welcome to We Culture. It's Friday evening, and this evening we continue our entertainment series. Of course, tonight we're talking visual. So we're going to the movies tonight. It's Friday night, and usually on a Friday night they have a bad movie showing. Doc is here. Doc, how are you going?
I'm pretty good. I'm there with you. I'll deal with everybody. Take it in one day at a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the madam? What happened to the madam tonight? I see the madam. You tell the madam to come on the program, or what?
No. The hairdresser taking a little time. She has to get that dang in place.
You spend a money today, right?
What is new?
I like that. Finley, where you going?
Credit card yet? No.
Yeah, you're getting again?
No.
Okay. I know she threatened to get back this week, but you look at she changed her mind.
Yeah, man, we make that up.
Right. Finley, what happened? What you say?
Are they with them?
Right.
I come out and watch a gladiator.
A gladiator?
Yeah.
I don't like no gladiator. Today,
Gladiator is the best movie, right?
What gladiator? What the heck? You ever see a good sword food?
What sword food is just nice. Gladiator. Gladiator, you see the most man.
Yeah.
You know what? You seen a whole past year, man.
I watch all of them not fall down. You know how they fall down quick, sir.
A past year man versus a past year next man. And all of them running good up.
My favorite part is to see a Chinese dead in a movie, you know. You never see a Chinese dead in a movie yet?
In slow motion.
You jump really good.
Bro, you jump on Gladiator.
Madam Cancer is here.
Yeah?
Yeah, Madam Cancer is here. She says she's celebrating until cancer done.
Until they find a cure?
Until they find a cure.
Good one, Godfrey.
Yeah?
Good one.
Jack no lie, she come out in the air, just like this, she had a start spray by his one, and pick up his red by his one. And
Reece didn't hear that one, no? Reece didn't hear that part.
Doc no he spend any money, you know?
Reece is kicking as usual.
Yeah.
She gone. She gone.
Reece remind me of the days when you go in a movie and everything just blacking out.
Yeah, you see something like a big.
How I jump in the gun
Anyway,
Alright, fellas, hush. Let me do my thing. So, folks, good night. We welcome you to our program this week. We continue with the thing. And of course, let me welcome the guys. So, we start with the Queen. You see how long is the body hairdresser today, girl?
What did I do?
You know, Doc say you went by the hairdresser?
Doc wasn't believe everything in here, man.
Alright.
You're not supposed to lie to me.
I make a talk back. I stay at home, but I make a talk back. Right?
Alright. So, guys.
I want to say good evening to everyone that's tuned in. Those of you who are probably new to this, welcome to We Culture. It's a fun program where we talk about things cultural, and we do it in a way that everyone can relate to. It's not stiff, it's warm and friendly, and it's everyday. It's like sitting by the road or on the block or in the bar just chatting. So welcome everyone, and I just want to apologize to our viewers, those who thought that I probably was a little too passionate last week after being baited by those fellas/ladies. I want to apologize. I did go back and look at part of the program, and yes, it was heated, but it was nice. It was entertaining.
We see this afternoon, the three-finger man say, he don't show again, He don't show again?
Because...
he say he don't show.
Yes.
He never know your man against her.
And just to show how much I apologize, I decided to put up a hook earrings today.
There's an apology?
Reece, that should have been last week.
It's like a fish.
We were talking fish last week. That should have been last week.
Yeah, so I decided to put on my, this is how I'm going to rebel. I'm not going to be too vocal. I'm going to just do it subtly. Yes, so good evening, everyone.
All right. So guys, we going tonight to the movies, and I just want to start by saying, as a little fella, I recall the days of having to go in Deluxe in Grenville, and what came back to me this week a lot was some of the names of the guys.
Godfrey, don't go to Deluxe yet. I don't think you should go to the Deluxe yet.
Well, I ain't go yet, Basically, I'm just remembering the days. So I ain't reached yet.
Yes.
I ain't reached there yet. I ain't reached yet. I'm remembering the days. I'm gonna get there just now. But they had these theaters around the country, and I know Scholar can attest to the one in Sates. I don't know if they had one in Guelph. Reece, was there one in Guelph?
Of course, there was one in Guelph, yeah.
I think we're having a little audio issue.
You see put you hook in chairs, you know, make a
Well, I never know you had cinema in Guavia, right?
Bonaparte Cinema. Everybody know about Bonaparte Cinema? All kind of show used to be held there. Scholar, I show you perform. You ever perform there?
Of course I perform in the cinema in Guavia.
Yeah, but where in Guavia that cinema is?
Okay, you know, what's the name of the place? You have a club Ibiza. Where Club Ibiza is right now?
Well, I never hear about that.
Where is the most Spanish?
Okay, where Club Ibiza, I don't blame you for not knowing about Club Ibiza because that's new, right? But where Bonnie's Land and Sea is, opposite Land and Sea, that is the cinema.
Them boy don't know about Bonnie Land and Sea.
I know Bonnie's. Okay, so I know Bonnie's situated going up Mango Palm, I know. Reece, stick again.
No. But Bonnie's leave and he produced, but Land and Sea is where he sold. You know, I wasn't for me, you know. All I got to talk to Flo because I tired with Flo. Yeah, all I got to say something for me.
All right. Well, Doc, let me bring you in to open the button.
Well, before that was I was telling you, before we go to the cinema, the visual. So, but Godfrey, remember the Viewmaster?
Yeah.
Right. I think we should go way back or even before that to see, well, that was where we start getting our first glimpse, and then where people start getting the first glimpse of, well, it was still shots. But then around, I remember particularly in the Grenville area, there was this man we call Django. There were two main DJ men, and we were talking about the DJ music a couple weeks ago. So we had Django and Pushe as two of the top DJ men coming from the Grenville area. Well, that is what I can recall. And then Django had a father, they used to call him Doc. But Doc had a sort of projector. And the projector, they used to use that projector in early days going around in community centers and other public buildings and to show movies. And what I pick up, even in the cinema in Grenville, they mentioned the Deluxe. But you know, the Deluxe cinema actually started up as a cooperative. So it was not Ramden, it didn't start up by Ramden, it started up as a cooperative. And then people started, some people took out shares and they later on get a building. The building was not what it is today, of course, much smaller. And later on, the business flopped a little bit, and then the Ramden bought over the business. And it became the Deluxe cinema. I can't remember the original name that I was told. So I think going back to those era, we see the rise of the projector that was first loose. And for some persons, they remember that in schools, they used to have the movies being shown in schools. And then, of course, later on, I have no information on Regal, but I know in Deluxe cinema, they had a standing theater and people used to start going to the standing theater. So I just started wanting to go there. And I don't know how early the Viewmaster came into being, but I have a suspicion it probably preceded the days of the projector. That is my own take on it.
I mean, I only got to know about projector just the other day.
I never knew you had projector in school. I mean,
it didn't have projector in the schools, but
they used to bring projector in school.
Yeah, showing movies and stuff in schools. Yeah, and if you were,
I can't know that. Probably in time, I not do it.
Scala, don't make it sound like if I'm so much older than you.
Well, you make it sound as very old. Can't projector in school,
yes.
I do remember that. I don't. Honestly, but if Viewmaster was around, even while Steamers was around, I mean...
Yeah, as I said, I don't know which one came first.
Children tie, I mean, when people come out in America or they stay in a barrel or something, you get out Viewmaster with this cartridge and then you push it inside it. And
you pull that thing and it's spinning wrong. you see, I think the Viewmaster, I think the Viewmaster was, if you want to call it a little mini cinema, a children theater. Because you can't bring little children in cinema. So they created this kind of thing. Yeah, it was still, you know.
For all of us, for most of us, that was our first sort of maybe visual entertainment, you know, package in that kind of way. We had the Viewmaster way before we were able to go and see any movie in the cinema. So I think that's why I kind of use the Viewmaster. As I said, I don't know which one, if it preceded the theater, the cinema, or the projector. But I just want to say, I believe for us growing up as little boys, the first glimpse we get of a kind of semi-movie was having access to the Viewmaster. That is the main point I want to know. Or first kind of exposure.
That was the first movie ever.
The first movie I
time you went into cinema.
Good, the bad, and the good, the bad, and the ugly.
That is when you were.
That be first. How much is that time? Not plenty.
That time is big man is starts running.
No man. Man, the good, the bad, and the ugly was maybe in the early 70s. You know. Yeah. That's an old movie. You know. And I ain't old. You know.
I remember To Saw With Love.
That's a whole one. But you also have to remember, these movies, they would show them and sometime would pass and then they would bring them back and so.
With Sidney Poitier?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an old movie.
Yeah, that is an old movie. Yeah,
but they bring it back. Like,
they always.
Yeah. And the Sound of Music.
I knew about the Sound of Music, but I saw that movie when I was a big man.
But my mom told me about when she went to see that movie as a child.
It's possible.
The Sound of Music?
Yes.
It is an old one. There's a movie.
By the holidays, Godfrey, when you went to the cinema and, well, I don't know if it's in the cinema or the projectors. But when you were looking at those movies, you always used to see lines, a series of lines. And I want to believe that was the hallmark of the projectors because of the kind of quality. And if you look at, you go to the cinema and you go to see where, I don't know, the area where the movies are actually being projected from.
Projector?
It is a projector. Mm-hmm. Is a projector. Yeah. And then what you would see is that in some of those early projectors, you always see lines and some of these scenes were shaking. And sometimes when they doctor it, example like a man coming, the man see a river, and sometimes like maybe some part go by and somebody doctor it. The next thing you know, the man cross the river, you see when he crosses the river. So I think in the early days, the quality, was not as colorful, not as clear, of course, but it used to have these sort of lines. I don't know if you remember that scholar or Godfrey, those very early days.
Well, but I think it's because of what they used to use.
Yeah, the technology. I mean,
yeah, the old tape. So
the big reel.
The reel. And then how I remember it, I don't know where Godfrey used to get a movie from. But I know that Sotes used to get a movie from Empire. So anything Empire show this week, so they will show it next week.
And Deluxe used to get from Regal.
Get from Regal. Mm-hmm. And Guab used to get from, I don't know where Guab gets it from. Guab used to make the movie.
Guab used to get the movie. Guab get the movie.
I don't know.
But Reece, you know Guab used to get the movie?
Reece mute.
Reece on mute.
Airing up on it all, right? Is it airing? Think about it. Reece got from Empire.
But that's how I know it. So in the end, I figure that after, and if Empire have a movie, Empire will beat it.
Yeah, they show it.
One is Empire show it. So by that show. And then by the time you reach up in the Sotes, we get the remnants. Don't stretch your head as I do that. And you see man crossing river. You see man in front of the but I get blood. You see,
but you know, I don't think it was an issue then. People just love the fact that they go in they go and see a picture. They ain't going to movies, they go and see a picture. And it didn't matter. But with time, as time went on and things started to get better, and people they had access to better quality. Then when they get an old thing, it's all kind of cost something in the cinema.
Well, I believe. I mean, I went to a projector room once. I'm not certain what I say, but I believe that they used to have this thing continuously running because he had 2 projector plays.
Yes.
When you hook up one and you unplay, you hook the next one. So by that time that one done, you juke and the movie continues. But there are some times when one projector breaks down. When one projector breaks down, wherever the movie stops, you have to load the next one and feed it. So that is a blackout. Like how it's flowed when you see. That is a blackout. And when you have a blackout, all hell breaks.
Whistle. Because that
is whistle and bad word.
Whistle and bad word they cause it. For example, the cinema in Sutton's was Coolidge Griffith. I think that owned the cinema. Now, most of the time, or almost all of the time, Coolidge used to be in Sutton's. Coolidge they tongue and Coolidge send up the thing, but because it's Coolidge they know. But when you see this thing black out, Coolidge getting water. Man was in Coolidge.
In Grenville was Fennis,
Well,
Fennis. Livingston, you should know Fennis. Fennis used to drive bus at the time. I mean, but when you see the movie thing and you see a kind of bun mark up on the screen, and men start to address Finnis have his real problems. And that was a kind of entertainment in itself, because I mean there were some people who that's their rule. That is their rule. So from the time they see something, well, Finnis have it coming.
But I think some people really you're following that storyline, and then there is this block, there is this that is extremely irritating,
It is, but I mean, he coming back.
He
coming back.
And mind you, and you have to remember that you're waiting in the dark.
Yeah, you can see.
Yes.
Sometimes they put on the light.
Yeah, well, if you stay for long, they'll put on the light. You see, but I remember, for example, because that was not the only problem, there was cinema saw Delco.
Yes. Well, Delco was a big thing that time.
Yeah.
Delco was a big thing that time.
They keep the Delco and things continue. But I remember there was a time we went to the cinema, there was a movie, I never forget the movie, Blind Rage. And some men were blind, and then the men go on the train and they think and they come back now for revenge. And just as the men organize themselves and they come for revenge, for and go. And when the men kick the Delco can kick you. By what? Fellas come. And Godfrey, I never forget that, because up to this day, I still feel that something is missing. I never forget it. Because I never get to see the end of Blind Rage.
Yeah.
I was one time here and I was blind, and I was a little boy at that time. But look, I remember the movie good, Blind Rage. And sometimes I see the ending in good.
What are you doing?
I've not gone on YouTube, nothing to check it out.
Why I go on YouTube, I don't see the movie Blind Rage. I've never seen the ending of Blind Rage. Because Koran go, them men was playing a little pool, and as the pool ball roll, like they ready to go and fight there. So they spin up the thing, and as the pool ball roll, bam, Koran go. All of them men keep it there.
So people didn't get back the money? What happened?
Morning.
Godfrey, all right.
Good morning.
But you know, there was some in the early days. I mean, there were some movies that was really, I mean, big movies as we call them. I mentioned one earlier. The first one I saw, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and that movie long. That movie long. In fact, I think when they showed that was the only movie they showed, because The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was over 3 hours long.
No, man.
Yes. Yeah, it was that.
So I've seen that other movie lasted that long.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is an extremely long movie.
Yeah, fine though.
Extremely long movie, yeah.
But if we go and check it out, because you're on YouTube now.
Yeah, I had to check out that out.
Maybe on YouTube. Our viewers have been complaining that there's some noise that they're hearing on YouTube, some kind of rustling noise. Yeah. I've been asking them to tell me if they're still hearing it, but maybe they can be checked out.
But when I watch some of the popular movies.
Yeah, we have to check the project and see what's going on there. But guys, we have to take a break now, so let's take the break and we'll come back in a moment. So stay with us, folks. We take a break and we come right back.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products.
All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. Plumbing fixtures, cutting and grinding discs, PVC glue, drywall screws, and power saw blades. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Calling all shareholders of the Communal Cooperative Credit Union Limited. It is your time again. You are invited to the 39th Annual General Meeting to be held on Wednesday, July 14th, 2021. Come be a part of the business of your credit union, learn of the 2020 performance, and participate in the discussions for the future of your institution. Register early for attendance at the Grenada Trade Center Annex or by virtual participation via the Zoom meeting platform. Look out for your e-report coming soon via email or WhatsApp. Starting time, 3 p.m. sharp. This year's theme is focused on rethinking and redefining our business. It is your credit union, my credit union, and our business. For further information, please contact us at 440-1755 or 405-6670.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
The digital future of music and copyright in the Caribbean will be discussed by two of the Caribbean's leading experts on the creative industries and copyright, Dr. Keith Nurse and Dr. Erica Smith, on GBN's Green's Music to the World this Saturday, July 10th from 10 a.m. If you are a musician, artist, writer, dancer, sportsperson, craft maker, designer, or someone involved in any of the creative and cultural industries, this is for you. Tune in this Saturday, July 10th from 10 a.m. Green's Music to the World.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lottery Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Friday, the 9th of July, 2021. I'm Lexanne Fletcher, and I'll be your draw hostess for this evening. Joining me is Miss Makiba Bain. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Ms. Bain is here to ensure the games for this evening are conducted in a fair and accountable manner, that the game balls have not been tampered with and are within industry standards. Quick reminder, with the Pick 3 game, you can bet as little as $1 on inline, mix, and pair tickets, and from $2 on backup tickets. Let's find out what the winning numbers will be for this evening. It pays to play. Good luck. And the first number is, first number up is 1, second number 0, third and final. Third and final is 3. Of course, we got to recap. First number, 1. Second number, 0. Third and final, 3. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening. And do stay tuned. Get your tickets out. We've got the cash for a draw coming up next. We'll see you then.
Tick, tock, 2. I win.
Feel like a big kid again when you play NLA's new scratch game, Tic-Tac-Toe. It's instant cash on the go. Reveal 3 X's or 3 O's in the same row, column, or diagonally, and win the prizes shown, or as much as $5,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play. Tic-Tac-Toe, please.
Give me a Tic-Tac-Toe, please.
Tic-Tac-Toe, please.
Welcome back. It's time for the Daily Cash Flow Draw for this evening, Friday, the 9th of July, 2021. Join me once again is Miss Makiba Bain. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Over the Cash Flow game, you can bet as little as $1 on most of the bet types with the exception of backup, in which case you bet $2. It's time to reveal tonight's winning numbers. It's more plays, bigger prizes. Good luck. First number up is 7. Second number 4. Third number 8, and the fourth. Yes, fourth and final is 7. All right, let's recap. The first number was 7, second number 4, third number up was 8, and the fourth and final 7. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening. And of course, don't forget, we've got the Playway Draw coming up right after this. Get your tickets out and we'll see you then.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash Fall. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's time for the Playway Draw for this evening, Friday, the 9th of July, 2021. I've got Miss Makiba Bain with me once again. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Quick reminder with the Playway game, all you got to do is bet as little as $1 up to $10, so in increments on any number or dream symbol of your choice. And get to win 24 times the amount you bet. That's $24 for every dollar spent. Let's find out what the winning Playway number will be for this evening. Value your dreams, win your way with Playway. Good luck. And the winning Playway number is 8. This evening's winning Playway number 24. That's 2424. The dream symbol is strong man. Just repeat tonight's winning Playway number 24. That's 2424. The dream symbol, strong man. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening, and we certainly hope you got your tickets for the lotto draw. The estimated jackpot, $90,000. We'll see you later.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one later ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right. Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance on the maple.
Welcome back, folks. It's We Culture, and I trust that the little background noise that you were getting, it's gone now. I really hope so. We try to see if we can get it rectified. So I'm sure if it continues, someone on Facebook or the YouTube would let us know. But I think we identified the problem, hopefully, and it's gone. So, guys, someone just sent me a message, and they said that the good, the bad, and the ugly The length of that movie, 3 hours, 58 minutes.
What? Wow.
Yeah, no,
It was
it's
really
extremely long. Yes, extremely long. And we see that the Sound of Music was made in 1965.
Yeah.
So those were some old ones. Yeah.
So my mother would have been a child. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't born yet.
Godfrey, somebody also told me, and that is correct. So you have to go and reflect to that tonight, that they used to show movie in school, but not for school children, particularly, but just for the village. So somebody told me in Shandibel, for example, they used to show movie in school.
Okay.
And then you had a place they called Dancing Hall. There was this guy who used to come out called O'Neill. O'Neill had a place used to show movie to young guys somewhere down by Victoria, basically River Sally. And O'Neill used to come up sometime, and he used to show down there. And then there was this guy in Goa, I understand. And I don't know if you still remember that man, this guy, Casaman.
Casaman, yes.
You're right, Casaman was the real movie man in Goa.
Yes.
That airing, I don't know, that airing, I know, right, you don't even got
Well, Casaman was there before, but the cinema that you would have performed was called Bonaparte Cinema. That's why everybody knows how to relate it that way.
So where was the Oasis Cinema? You didn't have Oasis Cinema in Guam?
I know about Oasis. That must be before my time.
Well, somebody will call, somebody sign up.
Yeah.
I'm finding out how Oasis in Guam.
Reece, let's go to Facebook. I think we have some comments.
Yeah, we do have quite a bit. So we have here, okay, from complaining about the noise. Hannah Plenty said drive-in cinema and Coldridge. That's her suggestion or contribution for cinemas. Zavid is saying, hello, good night, We Culture. Well, I live right opposite the Empire Cinema. So movie was my favorite pastime on a weekend. Hannah is saying, some persons used to jump the wall or stand in the road or lean against the best wall, taking in movies. Drive-in cinema was located on the stretch, now known as the Morris Bishop Highway. We have Cynthia is saying, I went to see that when I was attending Grenville Convent. We walked from Grenville to St. George's, then went to see before going back. It must be one of the movies that we would have mentioned. Hannah is saying, you all have a projector rolling there. That's the noise that they were hearing. I guess that was a theme for tonight. Yes. So Jose, my friend, Hannah, before that, Hannah is saying that Scholar, the movie did not stop. It was. And yes, that used to happen a lot. We didn't have to go and mend up the film. Yes. Jose is saying good night. And listen to this, guys. Good night, the GRSL family of Friday. You know, because there wasn't a punctuation mark, I thought it was part of everything that he was talking about. So I had to ask him, what does GRSL mean? Because I would need to explain that when I'm reading it. It means Godfrey, Reece, Scholar, and Livingston. Anyway, so good night, the GRSL family of Friday.
GRSL.
Yes. In Sotez, there was the Forester Lodge, where a man from Victoria or Guam used to come and show movies with a projector, which was situated in the middle of the hall. And we sat on benches, and every time someone will pass in front of the projector, and you will have to walk on the back of that person until they sat down, and you have to wait until Casaman changed the reel to reel the place. Change the reel to reel. The place used to be hot in the days, but people wasn't complaining, and the cost to enter was 25 cents and went up to 50 cents. So yes, that's Casaman right there. Alex Simon is saying good GBN fans. Yes, I remember Django father. You mentioned his name, Livingston, used to come up in the Bamboo Bar in Adelphi in Butch Grove with his projector to show movies, mainly on a Friday and Saturdays. Hannah is saying college movies always used to bust. Jose Jose is saying good night, Reece. The boats that came up to success, one of them was Hunter. Here, Jose. Thank you. Let's see again. We have quite a bit. Hold on. Yeah. So Cynthia is saying, as an adult, I went to the cinema with a group from work, but we had to change our minds because the guys did not think I was old enough. My sister-in-law was going to be admitted, and she was about 17. Hannah Plenty is saying with Clint Eastwood, I guess that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes. Noise. Okay. Jose again, Godfrey put the reel-to-reel projector on what cockroach noise is that? Yeah, put the reel-to-reel projector on. What cockroach noise is that? Right. Grenada Sunshine was saying there's noise on Facebook too, so maybe we need to check this out. Maria is saying, I don't hear the noise during the commercial, so that's a hint there. Gloria Lambert is saying, yes, Reece, I did literature in secondary school. Romeo and Juliet was a movie we got to see at Empire Cinema. I cried in the cinema. Thank God no one saw. That used to happen a lot of crying. Jose, there was a cinema in Scotties where everyone comes to the movies from Montreach to St. Mark's because of the karate, horror, Western, Chinese, Asian, and Indian movie which drew sellout crowds. Movies was held some days of the week, including matinee Saturday and Sunday. The cinema was run by Yoland, who was very disrespectful, but that didn't stop people from still going to the movie. Karen is saying, Scholar, here's our movie. Enjoy to the end. Scholar, the one that you want to look at, I'm going to paste the link in our group chat for you, but she sent, Karen sent the link for you to look at it. The one you didn't
Is that Blind Ridge?
I guess it's that. I've just seen a link there. I think it's that. Let's see. Jose is saying, I remember a certain time the school in St. Patrick's will take the students to the movies. I remember going to see Gulliver's Travels. Maria is saying the noise still exists, and that's 2 minutes ago. So, guys, the noise have not been fixed. And that's it for the for now.
All right. So guys, one of the big things, like I was saying earlier, before we went to the first break, there were some movies that made their mark, and they've still remained with us. I mean, and Scholar, from since he was a little fella, could remember Blind Ridge. And there were a number of those movies that was extremely popular, and I'm sure when we go to the telephone we may get some of those. Actually, I want us to go to the telephone quite early because it's been going a while. So let's take an early call and see who's with us. We Culture, good evening.
Good evening, eh?
Yes, good evening.
I just want to intersperse some information here. The cinema in Guelph-Tongue, it was built by and operated for a long time by Casaman. It was years afterwards, Bonaparte Mitchell, that's my friend. He came from England, and the building was there after Casa died, and he bought it. And then it began to have shows. People began to rent it to have shows. But Bonaparte, it wasn't really Bonaparte cinema. It was really Casaman cinema. Many years before Bonaparte came from England to buy and bought it. Okay?
Hold on, Mr. Marshall. What was the name of the cinema then? Remember?
Well, all we know it as Casaman cinema, because I used to go there regularly to movies, you understand? Casaman was the major man between, you had Casaman, and then afterwards you had O'Neill O'G's in Riverside, then you had a fellow called Dudley Francis who used to go about, you know? But Casaman was the real cinema man. Okay? Yeah, but long before that, there was a fellow called Tom Bonaparte. Okay? And he used to go about showing. And he became associated with that second cinema in St. George's. The first cinema was Empire Cinema. But that second cinema called Reno, it was called Reno Cinema. And afterwards, the name was changed to Regal. I don't know what's the name of it now. Okay? So, these guys came a long way back. Okay? All right.
Okay, thank you very much. But I think he had it back to front there. The cinema was Regal first and then Reno.
Well, I am
unless
I'm thinking because Mr. Marshall should know what he's saying, and Mr. Marshall kept that in the head. So maybe it was Reno change to Regal and change back to Reno.
Well, maybe. Let's go back to the telephone. We Culture, good evening.
Culture, gentlemen. Old time days. Well, my first movie I've been watching in St. Patrick in my youth time, I was in Mr. Henshaw's Community Center up in Lamont area, about building. They used to come from the first one, Victoria, Mr. O'Neill. They want to show movie inside and thing in the case. After I found they went to the price of Cody Hotels. They by to school. The days when you watch a movie, and you watch a Dracula movie, the days gone by. You're frightened to go home, you know. I want to blow you shaking and things like the fast work and a cozy corner to go home and then boys will be frightened and shaky. Dracula is with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. It was a real Dracula in the days gone by. When I watch Dracula and the man sticking, man, I mean, red blood and he's sticking and he's biting and boy, I was a good movie and to this step, you know. Some good movie Western, the party, Italian Western and thing, man. It was good, and thing, you know. Movie was kind of cheap in them time in any case, you know. Then come to the city, Empire Cinema Day, Regal Cinema, back and forward, or back on movie, or what did they all in shows in Empire Cinema. The 70s, the 60s in Empire Cinema. They came back again in the park, and we always come in any case, you know. But the days was nice and thing, eh? Good movies, man. I don't think I would see a movie again at all. Italian Western, man. Italian Western, Gemma, this, that, and to the step in. Yes, I can't remember the name of the stars, but 20 stars, good movie in the past, and it was nice, yeah? I enjoyed it.
Thank you very much indeed, caller. You mentioned Dracula movie, scholar, and I know fellas that go and watch a Dracula movie in Grenville, and after movie done, they ain't going. They sleeping inside there, and in the morning again, bus and go.
Well, and he call a nice mood, them start Peter Cushing.
and Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing was the two. Let me tell you, fellas used to go and watch Dracula movie in cinema in Sutherland. And when they walking up, he had a place called Legion Canasho. That is where all spirit throughout the globe So you know Legion Canasho is where you are real spirit. But when fellas going up now, fellas free. You had some nastiness why you see what Augustine just on a holiday. What the guys used to do, them men taking milk pan. They bossing it and they put in black twine in the milk pan, putting it a set of milk pan, putting it in the middle of the road. And they staying up front in the bush. And when men coming up under the hair talking, them men trying to pull the milk pan come up.
So milk pan in front of them?
They don't know what fellas running and more they run, more the milk pan follow them and carry it back. Men almost killing themselves because you are milk pan in this.
It's not horror, it's Dracula.
It's Dracula come out from the movie and following them up. You know, but Dracula was also a very popular movie, and with it, I think they used to call them horror after, but we knew them.
Yeah, I mean that came long after.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, guys, I can't wait to bring it out. I mean, my favorite was Kung Fu. I mean, I probably see all Shaolin Kung Fu already. Because what I like about Kung Fu, you never sure what they're fighting for, you know. Because what they're fighting for is something that always happened 20 years ago. And then they relate this story for you.
No, it was honor mainly. Honor. So you disrespect the family you killed. I think for us what Kung Fu appealed because it was to settle some wrong that was committed. So it could have been 20 years ago, so that child, you know, you slaughter the family, and that's a kind of regular trend, you slaughter the family, that child escaped, that child end up in the monastery, would train for 20 years, and then go back and wreak havoc on that person.
Take revenge.
And, take revenge.
It was always revenge themed, yeah.
Revenge, you know, to right the wrong. And he always had a kind of funny twist sometimes because they didn't not remember that the daughter, which supposed to be the star sister, was kidnapped by the crook. So when he went now, he may fall in love, only to realize that is his sister, and he want to kill the crook. And the crook said, "That's my father." And only to learn, well, that man is not your real father, but that man killed your family and abducted you. And so, but I think what basically the Kung Fu was about righting the wrong and maintaining the family honor. So in almost all Kung Fu I have made is about that, or making sure that you fight for the sacrosanct of the monastery. You know, you give your life to make sure you save the monastery. Or sometimes fighting just for China.
Let me tell you, the history is always embedded, but I believe the draw to Kung Fu movies was the skills them fellas had. Because when you see men flying and flicking and men using all kind of different technique. I mean, we used to go and I used to go and practice.
In our early days, he didn't have a lot of stunt like the early Shaolin. He didn't have a lot of stunt as he have now, like men.
Now it's fly and
man, now it's kind of unreal. You don't appeal as much. But Godfrey, I think the draw was that for us, it was the fact that wrong would be right.
That was not the draw for me.
Not the draw for me at all. For me, it was the skills.
Draw for me, he can cough.
Skills, I tell you, skills.
Exactly.
That was nice. That was embellishment. That was embellishment as far as I'm concerned. But you didn't care who win, who lose.
No, but you know who will win. I mean, that's a given. You know who will win. The star why you go kill the cook in the end. Well, first, the star why you get some blows from the cook.
Right.
Then you know you had to go and train. You had to go to the temple. And you go train. You know. Buddha go bless him, and you know, Buddha go bless him, and the monk go teach him. Or you're going some far wing at the temple where you have some monk that they exile for some wrong thing you do, but he specialize in some technique, and you go teach the star, and the star going back on his problems.
Yeah, that's the normal thing.
But Doc, let me ask you, who was your favorite Kung Fu star?
Boy, he had to say no. But I'd like Fox and Ching Sin.
Wong Kao.
What are we talking about Star Wars? Doc just found out to cook there.
Silver Fox.
No, man.
What's his name?
Fox is Wang Cheng Li.
Wang Cheng Li, man. That's right.
Cheng Li.
Anyway, let me need Fox for a bit. Let's take our second or final break and we're going to come right back. So stay with us, folks. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
I'm a winner. You are winner. We are winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome back. It's time for the National Lottery Authority's Lotto draw number 3234 for this evening, Friday, the 9th of July, 2021. The estimated jackpot for this evening, $90,000. I've got Miss Makiba Bain joining me once again. And business advisors. Let's find out what the free ticket letter will be firstly. Good luck. And this evening's free ticket letter is... The free ticket letter for this evening is the letter B as in ball. That's B as in ball. It's time to reveal tonight's 5 winning numbers for $90,000. Good luck. All right, check your tickets. First number up is 4. Second number, 31. Third. Third number, 34. Fourth. Fourth number is 21, and the final. Tonight's final number is 27. So let's do a quick recap. As per usual, the free ticket letter. That letter was B as in ball. That's B as in ball. And it's time to recap tonight's 5 winning numbers for $90,000. First number up was 4, 044. The second number, 31, 31, 31. Third number, 34, 34, 34. The fourth number was 21, 21, 21. And the fifth and final, 27, 27. 27. This has been Lotto. Play and win a lot. You've got these numbers. Congratulations to you. Of course, we're back here tomorrow, God's will. So go on out there, get your tickets, and continue to support sports, culture, and nation building. Have a good night.
By now, you should know that the early bird catches the worm. So, what are you waiting for?
Local fresh seasoning and spices to make our traditional dishes healthier and avoid highly processed foods, snacks, and drinks. Drink more water every day to help your body function better. Get moving every day and trade some screen time to share and enjoy healthy family meals. Choose healthy foods and healthy lifestyle. Follow the healthy choices for healthy living guidelines for Grenadians.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win. Big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6
even more.
With more money to the jackpot galore.
Play more, win more.
Have more fun. With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my number one. With the new and improved Super 6 game.
Jackpot keep growing and growing and growing.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's Super 6 draw for today, Friday, 9th July, 2021. My name is Nakian Hippolyte. Super 6 is a multi-jurisdictional game owned by Winlots Inc. and played within the islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dominica, Grenada, and St. Lucia. The Super 6 jackpot now stands at $220,000. We will now select your free ticket letter. Good luck. The free ticket letter is H. Stay tuned for your winning numbers.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more. With more money
To the jackpot galore.
play more,
Win more. Have more fun.
With more jackpot money,
Super 6 is my number one.
With the new and improved Super 6 team, the jackpot keep growing and growing.
And growing.
more jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
And now for your winning numbers. Good luck. The first number is 4. The second number is 17. The third number is 24. The fourth number is 13. The fifth number is 9. And the final winning number is 21. Again, your winning numbers are 4, 17, 24, 13, 9, 21. The free ticket letter is H. Tonight's winning numbers were drawn under the supervision of an auditor from BDO. Please contact your relevant Central Lottery office for further information on the payment of prizes. Thanks for playing, and remember, with Super 6 there are bigger jackpots and more chances to win. Join us for our next Super 6 draw on Tuesday, 13th July 2021. Until next time, I'm your hostess Nakian Hippolyte. Do have yourself a lovely evening.
blood comes from the maple.
Welcome back, folks. And let me just apologize because from my end, I'm really not sure what is causing that noise. My technical guys, they're trying to see if they can work on it. So, folks, I do apologize. Bear with us. Hopefully, it would go away. But
Fairness.
Yeah, fairness. Yeah. So Scholar Doc told us his two favorite kung fu men was Fox and Cheng Sin. What's your favorite Chinaman?
My favorite kung fu man was John Lu and Tan Tao Liang, Long Tong.
Them two kick about?
I like them kicking fellas.
Captain Lu and John Lu.
Yeah, I like that kicking boys. That's me fellas.
Yeah, Captain Lu was a real man when it comes to kicking.
That's Tan Tao?
Yeah.
Yeah, I find he was better.
By far.
John
but
Lu.
that say prefer
John Lu. Yeah, I find John Lu was a real kicking.
That used to be a debate as to which one better. I found that
Dylan Thomas was a real man.
John Lu to me is more flexible.
Yes.
In terms of he fleeking and he keen and making all kind of trick, but when it comes to letting go food, Dylan Thomas is a man.
No, let me tell you, there's a movie called Shaolin Invincible. That movie had 2 ape in that. The cook was training 2 ape, and Captain Lu was in that. And Captain Lu gave a fella about 100 kick in the face, you know, and on one leg he just.
But they also say that the other movie, John Lu put up his foot on about 100 man hold that foot, you know, and they can't put it down right here. The 100 man
But so Shaolin disciples, them Bajan and them Fang Siu and Cheng Guan Tai. Well, we see no Cheng Guan Tai.
Yes.
Yeah, and Shawain.
Shawain?
Who?
Yeah. Shawain was like a traitor.
I mean, Mafui was the traitor, man.
But
TK Reece making up name, you know?
I think sometimes they
Yeah.
You see, sometimes in one movie they get a name, and with every movie that they see them in, the name remains.
Yeah, like Wang Tao. Wang Tao is known as Bayu Ching.
Yeah.
But he acts as Bayu Ching in Hot, the Cool and the Vicious.
The Hot, the Cool and the Vicious, but Wang Tao is him.
His name is what? Yeah.
But the acting name, Wang Tao. But I saw him as other thing in some English name with some
Don Wang. Don Wang.
Don Wang.
Yeah.
This kind of thing. So they had things. But Fang Siu.
Yeah, Alexander Fusheng. His real name is Alexander Fusheng.
Alexander Fusheng.
But Fang Siu, that he disciple him in the temple.
Wait a minute.
Fang Si Quan.
Fang Si Quan is Cheng Guan Tai.
That probably 191 we talking about.
Robert, I find that you're speaking a different language. Godfrey born in China. Godfrey had to be.
Who was Li Shikai and Mateng?
Who was closer?
That was well, we used to call him Cancer.
You used to call him Slow Set.
Yeah, Cancer was his name.
That you know what Slow Set?
No. Cancer. No, Cancer.
Yeah, Cancer. We know as Cancer.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer. I was making the movie.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go to the telephone, guys. We culture. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening to you, sir. Hello.
Yes, we hear you. Could you turn the volume of your radio down or your TV? Listen to us on your telephone.
Yes, good evening. good evening to you.
Yes, sir. Good evening. We're hearing you.
Yes. Just a correction. With Regal and Reno, it was Regal first, and then it was Reno.
Thank you.
Also, I would like to ask a question. Which two parishes in Grenada had two cinema outlets?
When you say cinema outlets, meaning what?
Okay, two places where you had movie showing.
Driving and Reno.
No, there are two parishes. One was St. George's with Regal and Empire, and the second one was St. Mark's. O'Neill had two places where he used to show movies. One right behind the old the police station, and one downstairs of his house in Riverside.
Okay.
Riverside and St. Mark.
Also note, Godfrey, that in Grenville there were two movies going on at the same time at the Deluxe Cinema and the same dock in that place where Django in his boat building closed the dock was showing movie. They were showing movie concurrently, running simultaneously at the same time. So I guess if he's saying that, it also happened in Grenville, in St. Andrew.
I want to pose one other question, may not be related to what is being spoken about. I asked Doc a question sometime this week. Why it is that the river mouth, as we call it, why it is called that? The ending of the river where the river ends, they call it the river mouth instead of the top. I don't know if you guys could answer that for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. I don't know. I don't know why they call it the mouth. Maybe that was the river eating. Maybe that was the river eating.
That's the man.
The guy asked me, and I said I really never thought about that, but my simple explanation could be is mainly because that is the place where you have tuna, titiwi, etc. coming into the river for spanning purposes. So it's like you're entering into that fresh water body. So I think that was my simple explanation without knowing or researching that, because I think he kind of ambushed me with that question. I had no clue. But that was the explanation that came up with that. It's probably because the mouth is like you open up to receive. So it was receiving, like in some places, tuna, the freshwater, or other fishes that would go up into the river for spanning purposes, and that gift it.
All right.
Educated guess.
That is song bad. That is song bad at all. Yes, song bad at all. Let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, good evening.
You see, girl, the green pig and the jacks and the sandwich do you well, because you're able to take all that blows. You see, like you ain't got no old people in Guava. Like all them old people in Guava dead. You see, when I was around 7 or 8 years, I know Bonaparte. I know Bonaparte on street. I was around 7 or 8 years. Going up in Mango Palma, going up in Mongrambi, in Monazigo, pick up mango to go and sell on the land. Pulling net and all of that. It was Bonaparte down street. Lower Deparding Street.
Yeah.
When I was a big girl, Casaman come on the land. At one time it was OSC, he used to call his place there. It wasn't a cinema. He used to show movies in there. It's just a building. But the one down street, Bonaparte, it was a cinema. So I don't know who come first, but I know Bonaparte was always there since I was a little girl. I know Bonaparte down street there. Casaman come late. He come from England. He was very dapper on the lands there. Now, they used to show movies in the old school, what we call the big school, the old church. They used to come in there with projectors and show movies inside it for the school. In Bonaparte down street, they showed the 10 Commandments there, They showed Ben-Hur in Bonaparte. They showed the Bible in Bonaparte. They showed Mary Poppins in Bonaparte. And I'm talking about I was a little girl, not a big girl, right? The other thing about it is, they used to get movies from Empire and from Regal. And that same fella from Victoria at one time used to come down and go over. The same O'Neill used to come down and go over and show movie. I don't know what Castleman used to show because I never went inside there. But I know about Bonaparte, okay? And you see, get some more people in Guam, let me tell you a few things. You taking all the blows, girl, from them fellas and them? You need some backup, you need help, you see?
and you see what happened when you guys start to show me colors. Well, they came back, see that they're running them out at me.
But you see, let me tell you this. I back in your color, let me tell you this.
I know you're there for me.
You had no right to apologize. You know why? Because Guam people could cuss. And we ain't using no bad word. You hear? And it's a good thing you was on the air and not in the road. No, I said the road, I didn't say the street. I said not in the road. Because if you was in the road, you might have had to go down on your knees after. You see? Anyway, make them know Guam people could curse. By the way, I heard a guy curse Godfrey the other day. He cursed him on the air. But before he cursed Godfrey, he said, I don't like to use bad word. And he cursed Godfrey by spelling out the word. And you know what I remember? When the mouth say, I don't like to lie. And when the mouth was saying that, the mouth was lying. The guy cursed Godfrey before he won him. He cursed him after he won him. And when he said goodbye, he still cursed Godfrey all by spelling it out. And Godfrey just stayed and he take it. Yes, yeah, word. So you see, next time, say the cursing in the word. So you won't have to go and kneel down and apologize. Let them know God people know how to curse without using obscene language. Good night.
All right, good night.
Good night.
We have some comments on the WhatsApp platform. Someone says Godfrey stick on TV. We definitely having some issues tonight, guys. I'm not sure what is the problem. I don't know if it's internet. I don't know. Someone says Wang Tao's full name is Don Wang Tao Leong, and Dillon Tam is Dillon Tam Tao Leong. But that one wrong. It's not Dillon Tam Tao Leong. It's Tan. In fact, it's not Tam. It's Tan. Tan Tao Leong. Dillon is the English name, so don't forget that. Don't forget that, partner. Someone says this was at the Empire Cinema St. George. It was also dress-up occasion, and the people in town attended. In fact, she was talking about the month of October. She says in the 50s and 60s, the month of October was used for the return of some of the best films of the year. So those nice movies were shown throughout the year, they would bring them back in October, and she says it was popularly known as Anniversary. Someone says, good night, Godfrey. I remember going to see Ben-Hur, to Saw With Love, Sound of Music, and later as a teenager, Kung Fu, the Snake Queen, and endless horror movies. So someone just sharing with us there some of their little experiences. Someone said Castleman went to River Sally Community Center to show movies on Sunday, matinee and late show as well. Alright, so that's about it for the WhatsApp.
Facebook?
Yeah, Reece, what we have on Facebook?
You see stick again?
Yeah.
Alright.
Right. A stick again?
Go ahead, but you stick, you target stick. Your course last week too much, that's why that up. You see stick.
Oh, y'all here?
All right. Well, let's Reece, you back now? You back with us?
No.
No, not yet. Let's go to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
Yes. Hello?
Yes, we hear. Mm-hmm.
Watch now. It could have been my mistake with regards to Reno or Regal. But I remember when the cinema was opened, okay? Because I was there at the first show. And with regards to Guave, I spot something there. Tom Bonaparte would have been the first person with the cinema in Guave. But after Tom came Casaman. And after Casaman came my partner from England called Bonaparte Michel. Not Tom Bonaparte. Bonaparte Michel. When he came from England, he bought some lands in Mount Nesbitt and Central Jefferson Street in Guave. He opened a rum shop there. And later on, he bought over Casaman Cinema. And it was used as a cinema afterwards and to have certain shows. And that was Bonaparte Michel. But Tom Bonaparte was the very first, as far as I remember. Okay?
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. All right. We seem to have lost Reece a bit. Let's get back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
How you doing?
Not bad at all. Go ahead.
By John Lou could have kept John only have 1 foot. When I say only have 1 foot, what do you mean? What? I am a Kung Fu fan, right? And I love John Lou. But John Lou, 1 foot, he could only kick well with 1 foot. But Fox and them, other guys and them, they kick it with the 2 foot just as but John Lou is one foot. You see that right foot? Yes, he kicking it out outside with that. But with that left foot, nah. Godfrey.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one question. You say you love Kung Fu movie. Tell me what the first person that started that Kung Fu thing. Tell me.
When you say the first person started, I don't understand. Meaning what?
Okay, how Kung Fu? Okay, like the first one on screen. Then who really came out with it?
In making Kung Fu movies?
Come out with Kung Fu, fighting Kung Fu.
I'm trying to understand you. Let me see if I get it straight. Are you referring to like the first Kung Fu star or the first person who started making Kung Fu movies or what?
Oh. The first Kung Fu star then. Okay. To make a long story short, it was a fella named Tony Falcon. I don't know if Carla and the next guy could really attest to that. Was a fella named Tony Falcon. That was maybe going back all in the 70s, right? I don't know.
Tony Falcon, I don't even some Chinese, no?
Huh?
Falcon, not even some Chinese, but let me say, one of the teachers, Jet Li had chased around 3 generations, whereby they started to film the first set of Kung Fu, and that I guess that had to be a lot of years.
Jet Li and them come on the scene late.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about Jet Li. I'm talking about one of the guys that became the master Jet Li teacher or the Charlie school. They went back 3 generations where they say that person actually was the first set of Kung Fu legend, the first set of people that actually went starring Kung Fu movie. So that may be in the 40s, I don't know if it was 50s or 60s, I'm not so sure. But it was way before Jet Li time. But Kung Fu is an ancient practice in China years now.
We know that. Go back.
The movie.
Caller, let me just get it. Let's just get the record straight, right? Now, first you say that was somewhere in the 70s, and you're way off, because the One-Armed Swordsman, starring Jimmy Wang Yu, was in 1967. And Jimmy Wang Yu was born in 43, and he was in movie a long time. Because mind you, a lot of people get mistaken with Jimmy Wang Yu and Wang Yu. They say, no, you have two Wang Yu, eh?
Okay.
Wang Yu is the young one, Jimmy Wang Yu is the old one. And in the early days, a fella called John Woo was one of the very early pioneers of making this martial arts movie. So this Tony Falcon, I know where you get Tony Falcon from.
You think so?
I don't think so, I'm telling you.
But I could tell you, I'm a
Falcon is British.
I am a Kung Fu fan, and this guy, this Tony Falcon, he was the first guy I knew that came out with this Kung Fu thing, and after he, Kung Fu became popular, you know, real popular.
Godfrey, that's the first guy did it, so that we could move on.
Yeah, definitely.
No problem.
All right, let's go back to the telephone. We culture, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, caller.
Yeah. You see, this Tony Falcon movie the fella talking about is a different kind of a Kung Fu. But the first Kung Fu movie that came out, as I said at Godfrey, I was going to tell you at the same time I was trying to get you, and you mentioned the first was the one-armed swordsman. That's one of the first Kung Fu movies that come out. But the Falcon movie is a different Kung Fu he's talking about. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, this thing went way back. I know where you get this Tony Falcon from. 435-204, and that's the number you can call, and you can be part of it. We culture, good evening. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening, caller. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good night to We Culture.
Good night.
I am Tony Falcon.
Caller, you need to turn the volume of your radio or TV down. We're getting some feedback. So listen to us on your telephone.
Thank you.
All right.
Tony Falcon was before your time. He was from the Philippines, and he used martial arts, regardless what style or what, but he used martial arts to deal with his opponent. Now, my best Kung Fu star was David Chang and Cheng Sing. Right? Now, the two scholars mentioned that Dylan Tam and whatnot, okay, they were okay too. Right? And I remember going to Regal Cinema. Now, we also had a drive-in in Grandlands, and Coleridge was running that cinema at the same time he was running the Empire Cinema. I don't know about the rest of the country. And Bonaparte was running Regal or Reno, and W.E. Julians was running one of them, either Reno or Regal. But I remember in my boy days, growing up, going to the movies house broken, and you're going and beg the doorman for a free pass. There are times he give you, there are times he don't. So there are times you and your friend know how to arrange such something, you know, your friend go in, come back out with a half a ticket, then he gave me the half a ticket, he went back in, then when the doorman stopped me in the door, he said, I can't remember you going in there. And that friend of mine now would borrow another friend ticket and come back out. You see, hey, man, that man was inside there already. And that is how, you know, I remember. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. That was a popular thing, you know. Men used to go outside and give men have a ticket and then come back and say, well, I was inside already. So that was quite a popular thing. Let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
President, good afternoon to you, Godfrey. How is life?
Very good.
You know what? Them guys are making joke with movies, man. Making joke. Let me call some movies for you. Okay? Son of Captain Marvel. Sons of Thunder. Right? The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That was just yesterday. Like yesterday. You have Star Black. Okay? You have 32. Listen good enough. 32 caliber killers. $7 to kill. Cypher Hell. This is a very good movie. Eh? Son of Katie Elder. You have a good afternoon.
Son of Katie Elder.
Thank you, caller. Mm-hmm.
Because of Western. Godfrey, you know there was two types of Western, eh?
Yes, there was.
You had the Italian Western.
Italian Western. Mm-hmm.
And then you had the I don't know if it's American thing, but the Italian Western used to be, used to have more action. The American Western used to have more scenery and thing. You see the real Western footage and so on. But to me, they used to have as much cartridge. It is as much cartridge as the Italian Django and them fellas and them so real cartridge, Leonard German and them fellas and them.
No, yeah, indeed. I mean, those guys, those old Western. One of the guys in Westerns is one of the fellas who was in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Eli Wallach.
Eli Wallach.
Yes. There's a famous part of that movie where he was in a tub bathing. And a fella came there. Well, apparently the guy came to kill him, but the man come talking, and he just pulled the gun and shoot him. And he said, when you come to shoot, don't talk.
Yes.
And that story. Case closed. And there was some really.
I kind of just wondering when people went to movies, in the earlier days, or did most people walk? So I think it would be interesting for a few colors too. Did they walk? Did guys always used to go in groups? Did they just go, in groups? The guys used to go out with their girlfriends to most of the movies. Kind of just interested, maybe if one or two colors could just kind of see what it was for them going into movies at those all the time.
Yeah, sure. For me, I think it depending on the type of movie. Because I remember as a little fella, they used to have late movies and study you head. Used to always make a trip from Sotez to Grenville and pick up people along the way. So that was.
Remember Cool and Deadly?
You see, Godfrey.
That was just the other man.
As you said, it's based on the time of the movie and the different types of store.
Yeah.
You had different times. So you had Martini. Martini was predominantly for children.
And now Saturdays,
Martini used to be on Saturday. Right?
Sunday.
And Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But you also used to have a 4:30.
Yeah.
A 4:30 thing that children, young teenagers, so on, and big people as well used to go in.
Yeah,
and then of course you have picture. Picture is 8:30.
Yeah.
So picture finishing around 12. Yeah. They show it. And then up in hotels, the most popular, the time when the cinema used to be most popular is when they're showing an Indian.
Right.
Because you had that 3 Indian villages that are right on the outskirts. They are Redmond, Digo, Peace and Funky. So when you say showing an Indian thing on Redmond, Digo, Peace and Funky, they go down with bus. They go down with bus and car and so on. And you are always just going, you look a movie on Sunday, and they used to show Indian menu on Sunday. When you reach down the cinema food, you have to turn back. The Indian movie used to, sometimes we didn't shut them because we had to walk go down. And since about 3 o'clock, you see both are Indian going down the road. Yeah, by the time. So they used to go there with bus. So that was, and that assurance to them could remember that Indian movie. Once you see an Indian movie in the sort of cinema park.
All you guys remember when that movie came out, Jaws?
Yeah. That was a serious scare.
No, I know people who never went back on the beach after Jaws showing.
Since then, yeah.
Since
let me ask you,
Jaws.
I watched Jaws in the cinema. Y'all watched Jaws in the cinema?
I never got to see Jaws in the cinema because they showed Jaws.
I watched it on VCR.
They showed Jaws. I remember well when Jaws came out. And Jaws was they showed Jaws for 2 weeks in Grenville. And every evening, you had lines of people who could not get in.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, my big brother, Mugabe, I call him his name, Mugabe Sam. Scholar, if you know him, on Facebook, he doesn't really get on. Mugabe was afraid of Jaws. So we grew up in Guelph there, and when you bring that boy in the sea, I say, he's standing up in his spot where the wave breaking and he bawling, you have to go and get him. He's sweating in water. That is how much he was afraid because he saw Jaws part 1, 2, and 3. And I'm talking about on VCR. So, I mean, people say Jaws a long time ago, but I showed Nala that Jaws movie looks so makeup, it looks so joined up now. It looks so fake. That doesn't scare anybody anymore.
Jaws will be it again. Jaws
on Netflix, and it's kind of like, that's a different.
Yeah. But Jaws did a serious disservice to
Jaws. Definitely. Jaws.
Serious disservice. It frightened the whole population. People just went to the beach. A lot of persons get scared and would not go to the sea, to the beach to bathe or to do anything. Even the river, some people get scared going into the deep.
Next thing Jaws come up in the river.
And every secret, hold on, but on every secret without any Facebook comments, because we ain't take them,
Yeah, I can. Sonia Bartholomew is saying, good night. I remember Mr. Jones coming in with his projector in school, and we were thought about our bodies here. We were taught about the bodies. Sonia is also saying, I also remember a couple of classes going to Empire Cinema to look at To Sew With Love. Let's go again. Rachel Henry is saying the drunken technique. That was a technique they used to fight. The cook was always Silver Fox. Jose has given some names: Meng Fi, De Long Tong, Red Fox, Silver Fox, Bolo. Bolo. Okay, Ching Sing, the Shaw Brothers, Santa Hardys, Angela Mao, that's Rachel. Jose is also saying, I remember going to see a Western as a little boy, went in the front seat in the middle of the screen, and there was a shootout on the hill. And before me saw the huge stone coming down the hill on the screen, I went and take covers underneath the chair. I was sitting up, I went and take covers underneath the chair I was sitting on, with my hands over my head, screaming, I'm going to die. After that experience, I never sit at the front again. Everyone was laughing at me. He's asking you, Scholar, do you remember the one who was bad with kicking? Jose is also saying there was a man from Chantimel named Virus. Is Virus or Venus? Venus. You will beg him for a pass to the movie. He will talk with you outside until the movie finishes, and he still don't let you in. Yeah, people used to always don't send me that. I said, don't forget to drive cinema. Rachel Casaman was before Bonaparte, that I believe. Hannah is also saying a little about going to drive-in cinema and comparing all the other cinemas. I think drive-in was the best. There was this big screen ahead of you, and persons would have noticed that structure on the way to the airport, which was taken down a few years ago. Most persons drive in and pay Mr. Coleridge at the gate and find a park next to a speaker and make themselves comfortable. Person's feet could be seen resting on the door, and you look and listen in an open air setting. Jose, one intermission time, myself and friends run inside the cinema and we went balcony. Some went to pits, but the cinema was all full because it was 2 Chinese movies showing, and when the people came from intermission, they wanted their seats, and we in that seat. And Big Joe came with a light going around looking for us and bring every one of us out of the cinema. Cynthia is saying some do not eat fish as a whole because of Jaws. Jose is saying Scholar Indian movie was shown for some time, for days. and will be full, and people in the movie will be crying because of the emotional effects of the Indian movies. Indian movies are always emotional and filled with singing. Hannah Plenty, guys, the noise has stopped. Was away from Facebook for a bit. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing.
Okay, so let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening. Hello.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, Godfrey and Tim. The people that making a mistake with Reno and Miguel. Reno was the first name because Bonaparte took the money from Julian's to build the building. And then when he couldn't pay, Julian's took it and named it Regal. Then this guy come and buy it after and call it Reno as Maitland. So there's one story done. Godfrey also, coconut. Coconut have skin, shell, nut, and water. And Tony Falcon and Wang Yu is the first two karate man I know. We had Flint. We had the next man they call Fu Manchu. He movie never end. Because every end of the movie, he blow up and he come back and he say the whole shot here about me again. And he have a lot of things here, man. So I just wanted to clarify that first.
Okay, thank you very much. Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm just reading too that the Open Bible Church down the street in Guelph used to be a cinema as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But we drive-in cinemas for a special kind of people.
Yeah, that's for rich people.
That was for people with machine.
Well, I know. I went once as a little fella with my parents. What I remembered, yeah. In fact, they showed a movie there with Elvis Presley. I remember that very well. What the movie was, I can't remember now, but I remember it was Elvis Presley. But I know what used to happen. You would go. I don't know if they had, if it's a speaker or something. So you would park. And there's something there where so you see the movie, but you listen from wherever, something close to your vehicle. Yeah, it was something like that. Let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
Godfrey, good evening to you and the guest.
Good evening.
I've been trying to get you since from the time the show started. Just want to clarify this thing with the Regal Cinema and the Reno Cinema. I know Bonaparte took the materials from W. Julian's to build a cinema. And when he couldn't pay, just as the guy said just now, W. Julian took over the cinema from him. His name of the cinema was Reno Cinema. And when Julian took over the cinema for him, he became Regal Cinema. I worked in the cinema for years. And after, when in 1998, Julian sold over the cinema to government and named it Cultural Foundation. And then after, they leased the cinema over to Errol Maitland, and Errol Maitland named it Reno Cinema. It was Reno first, Regal when Julian took it back, and then when they leased it to Maitland, it became Reno all over again.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, caller.
So Mr. Marshall was right.
So it was Reno, Regal, and then back to Reno.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yes, indeed. Let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
Good evening, guys. I just have two things to say. I'm fairly young still in my 30s, right? I remember, I think Tom and Jerry, the movie came out in 1992, right? I think that was the first time I ever went to a cinema. One of the first and last times. Boy, and inside it was packed. I never knew, like, how I'm an adult now. I never knew, like, other adults with their children will pack a cinema top and bottom to see that movie. As I said, I think it was in 1992. One other thing, Godfrey, and your panel, you might laugh at. My stepfather used to work on a ship, and when he come home, right, on holiday and stuff, he used to bring movies, the VCR movies, right, in the late 80s, early 90s. And that man bringing adult movies, like maybe a fighting movies and so, and then cartoons, and we had to watch the cartoons. But when he go out, right? We used to put in his movies and them there and watching it. And then when he come back home, he beating us. We wondering how the man know we watching movie, not knowing the man's top any cassette at a certain point, so he must know when we watch a movie. Anyway, take care, guys.
All right, thank you very much. That's an interesting one. All right, let's go back again to the telephone. It's coming quite fast and furious. We Culture, good evening.
Yes. Godfrey and your friends.
Yes.
I went to the drive-in cinema once or twice. You drive up the car to a kind of standing pole, and you can detach the speaker and put it inside your car. So if rain coming, you're looking on the screen in mid-air, and you listen to what was taking place on the screen. You view the screen and listen to what was taking place on the screen, but you can do it inside your car, okay? And that is very interesting. In the real cinema, I had an experience, I don't know if I should say that on air, but I think it was either To Soar With Love or Guess Who Is Coming to Dinner, one of those two movies. So the teachers in a place called St. Mark's RC School decided they want to go down to Reno to see that movie. So I had a girlfriend teacher there that decided she wants to go too. So we hired a car and I drove the car. P2696, a black Hillman Minx. Okay? And we drove down from Victoria to the cinema. Well, I went right in the back with my teacher girlfriend because I was a young teacher too. Godfrey, middle of the movie, in the darkness, the semi-darkness, I see two persons walking through the pews, and then they came straight in the back. And then the man says, so and so, I don't want to call her name because she alive still. Get up there. Let's go right home. The girl father can pick her up from my arms in the cinema? In those days, the cinema was a love place for people, You go to cinema to see the movie, yes, but to stay in the dark and make sure little love while the movie taking place, And your father hire a car to come down in Canteen there and take the girl from my arms. I could never forget that. Thank you.
All the best. Yes. But not only that, but a lot of fellas get cough and thing in movie or in cinema already when Kung Fu showing. Because when movie get nice and start to do thing and thing, men they and man in front of you getting box and cough and thing. I know there are guys in and the fellow was talking about the Western with the stone, but I have known people to duck when gunfire in movie already.
Oh yeah.
I mean those things they happen a lot because it appears so real. Let's go back to the telephone. We Culture, good evening.
Hey, good evening, brother Godfrey.
Good evening.
I remember going to the Empress Theater or cinema to see Jimmy Cliff. I remember going to see Jimmy Cliff.
I saw that too.
Yep, pardon me. Yeah, and boy, he was having a hard time with the band. Boy, the band didn't practice, and fellas was going out of tune, and he held it down for a while. But I remember that my godmother was working there, selling in the front, selling the popcorn. She used to live next door to the cinema, and she had a part-time job there. I remember going in there and see it. It was this good old fun days, and those of us that's old enough to remember the good old days, I think we should talk about it. Don't just let it go down to, just go to waste. Talk about it. Talk about the good times, you know what I mean? And how things used to be. The penny bus on Scott Street. The bus coming, the first bus company Grenada had, where you used to pay a penny to go, I think, about anywhere in Grenada, I think so. But we had all these buses and stuff like that, you know. You could go by Blue Danube and get your bread and butter and salami, you know. I think we should talk more about these good things. Maybe we might get some people to change their mind on the way they live and respect one another. Good night, Brother Godfrey, and you keep the good work. You're doing a good job.
Thank you very much, caller. Thanks a lot indeed.
Thanks.
Let me just share something quickly.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the relationship between popcorn and movie?
Popcorn and movie? Easy to eat?
No, lovers.
I want you feel it. Easy to eat. I want you feel it. You just wipe behind your pants.
I think it must have been something that was happening at a point in time, because we can even go as far as why popcorn and coke.
Yeah, popcorn and coke.
You know what they say? But they say about a soft drink.
Yes, but it's either a marketing campaign or some twinning of that would have happened at some point, that it became like the breeze. Even though you had orange Fanta, it's popcorn and coke. That is what it's sold at cinemas. It's popcorn and coke.
And at Universal, I think everybody else.
Yeah. Universal, because in Canada, like it's popcorn and coke basically, and you would have things like salsa. There's a little Latin mix depending on where you are. You know, but yeah, it's universally popcorn and coke. I think there must be something about that.
Let me tell you what I'm thinking. I mean, a cinema is a big place, and popcorn is probably one of the easiest thing to clean. If you eat popcorn, I mean, you could just pass with a broom and sweep up whatever fall on the ground. If it's heavier food or something, it might be a little more difficult to handle. I don't know. That's what my mind is.
But it's something to snack on. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Maybe popcorn or nuts. But if you go with bakes and saltfish, is belly full you're looking at, and how long are you going to be munching? So I just involuntary thing to keep.
But let me tell you all, growing up in Guelph, you went to the movies to see the movie. You saw the entire movie. You wait until names go up and you were scared when you come out. When I lived in Canada, I went to movies. I used to go for the meals. By the time I get that big popcorn and coke and thing, I sleep in through the rest of the movie. I used to go for the food.
Yeah, see people can't take you out.
Guys, we getting close to wrap up time. Let me ask you guys. Livingston, what type of movies was your favorite?
Kung Fu.
Of
course. Yeah, and old school. Old school. Old school. I don't like the flying ones. I don't like the modern ones. I like the old Shaolin Kung Fu.
Them Shaolin.
Yeah, and there was monks involved.
I want a monk.
So what was your favorite?
Boy, Gladiator was my favorite.
Gladiator.
I like Kung Fu.
You like to see plenty, man.
I tell you from the one Gladiator, I like to see Gladiator has some of them pastia man.
I like the Kung Fu bad. I mean Kung Fu and some action movies. You know, there's a movie that we didn't even mention. Was quite popular when it came out. Actually, two. You remember Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Rambo.
First Blood
1, 2, and 3.
Yes, First Blood was it.
I think I'm part 2 or 3 on Netflix right now. It's there.
3.
I've been looking for that so much.
Godfrey, you need to ask Reece what was her favorite. Reece, what was your favorite?
She said Kung Fu. Didn't you say Kung Fu, Reece?
Yeah, Kung Fu action, and I used to like the children movies.
But Reece, you can have all of them now.
No, but that's what I think up to now.
You know there was different Kung Fu. So you had the bush Chinese.
Yeah, well, that one Livingston talking about.
I don't like the bush Chinese at all. I prefer them Chinese with them bad robe and thing.
Well, like Shaolin. Yeah, like Shaolin.
Shaolin, they're talking about Shaolin.
You know what was funny about this? They used to fight all his robes, but the robes never got dirty. You ever notice?
Yeah. And
they used to talk. The back used to face the person they're talking to.
You had the sword fence.
Sword food.
Yes.
Sword fence. No, I like the sword fence. So somehow I like sword thing. I remember he had a movie with a crew. Force is so big. They used to have to man had to carry it.
Yeah, a couple of men.
Anything. And he had to go and pick up big piece of cutlass. I used to like that. Right?
Yeah. But you remember Silver Spear?
Gladiator. I like me Gladiator.
No, my thing was Shaolin Kung Fu. Them Shaolin disciples, no, you can't beat them. A guy mentioned David Chang just now. One of my favorite stars was Tilong. Tilong bad as Tilong bad too much. And then
with all that, Godfrey, we talk about Kung Fu movie martial arts, and one of the persons that have made martial arts extremely popular, no one mentioned them as their favorite star, and that is Bruce Lee. Not that we have to. You mentioned Bruce Lee?
Yeah, I know Bruce Lee, but
sorry.
Bruce Lee,
Jackie Chan.
Soji Kara
died from overworking his body.
Yeah, Bruce Lee died.
Is that correct? That he died from overworking his body?
Yeah.
And his son died also?
Yes.
On the set.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah.
Yes. But I one of the things about it, the Shaolin guys, the Shaw brothers who did those movies, they were quite good. And after the Shaolin disciples, they came with the Venoms. And the Venoms, I mean, I love the Venoms. I love the Venoms. In fact, only today I was reading something where Bruce Lee, in fact, used to be hanging out with some of the Venom guys. In fact, there was a photo of Bruce Lee together with Lu Feng and some of them other guys, them Venom guys. Mm-hmm. So they've been around. I mean, Kung Fu's been around a long time. Maybe it came our side a little late, but it's been around for quite a while. Reece, let's take our last Facebook comments because we. Oh.
Yeah. Right. So we have Alex is saying, I remember we from Butch Grove used to walk from Butch Grove to Grenville, especially on a Sunday, whereby there was no public transportation. Jose is saying, what about Bud Spencer and Terence Hill and Abbott and Costello? I used to like Abbott and Costello every Saturday. Alexis Simon is saying, Ramdani used to have a martini from 1 to 4 p.m. on a Saturday, and from Sunday to Friday, 4 to 8. And there was a 8 to midnight movie, but during the Christmas holidays, around Christmas Eve, the Deluxe Cinema used to show movies from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. The following morning. I think all of them would have had these midnight movies. We had it in Guam as well. Hannah is saying a lot of people name their children after watching movies, such like war roll movies, laughing out loud. My grandfather was one. That man and his wife, the Laika Martini. Jose is saying we forgot to mention Onono, who never missed a movie in Grenville. I remember Onono took me to the Deluxe Cinema. There was a long line. Onono went straight in and sit in the front. When it was intermission, Onono was on the stage making pineapple juice and in a pail, giving it to people, and they were drinking it. Onono is a character boy. Cynthia is saying, thanks as always, stay blessed, stay safe, have an enjoyable weekend. Jose is saying, I think I will go look at a Chinese movie now. And great program, GRSL. I may not be with you guys next Friday. Sorry to hear that, Jose. But yes, that's the Facebook comments that we have.
All right. Someone on WhatsApp is saying we forget Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly was a Negro guy who was into his Kung Fu as well. In fact, I think he starred in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. Yeah, Jim Kelly. Yes, he was quite a good one. Right, guys, we're out of time. In fact, we've gone past time. It went by really quick, so I want to thank you guys again. So any closing remarks as we go? Reece, we'll start with you.
I just want to say that in my time going in the cinema in Guam, what we know is that you couldn't really watch a movie in quiet. It was a set of noise, and people used to get very emotional, like literally, as if like the thing was real. So if the girl is outside and somebody's trying to trick her, or it's some horror movie and you're not supposed to go in the house, they literally vex with whoever is the actress or the actor. Why you going there? Don't go, girl, kind of thing. And especially when you have like, no, they used to seriously be mad and come out of the movies mad at the actors. A famous line in Guav, if you're sitting inside the cinema, especially with a kung fu and fighting happening, is "you bitch, you bitch." When they punch and they fly, you just keep hearing these slogans coming out, you know. So these things and them, it's very nostalgic. And now when you go to the movies and you want to whisper, you can make like a song because it's a different time. We can't get emotional like that. A lot of actors and actresses, there are people who hate them for life because of the roles that they would have played in certain movies. It's like you can no longer be a star if you were a villain. What's love got to do with it? That's a very recent movie, and that's the story of Tina Turner. Everybody hated Lawrence Fishburne. No matter what movie Lawrence Fishburne did in, we don't like that man. They take it very personal because he used to beat up Tina Turner. You know, so I mean, it's just another episode of what we're discussing here. I wish we would have been able to go into when we get into the VCRs and those things and all of that, but I don't know, maybe that will come later.
Well, it was the VCR and so that put cinema and thing out of business, you know.
The commissioning.
Yeah, and then DVDs put VCR out of business. And now YouTube put all of them out of business.
But it was a trend. It was a trend because you find that people still want to go to the movies because the big screen is a different vibe. When a movie is premiered, we still want to go to the cinema today to see it, even if we would see it later on somewhere else. So it's still a big thing.
Doc?
I think we have lost that socialization, that camaraderie. And when I mentioned about to ask earlier on when people, you know, the callers to mention about how did you go to the movies, or did you bring your girlfriend, did you went in a group? I think usually it was a planning time. Very few persons used to go alone. You go with a group. Some people used to plan to cook before, particularly for the midnight movies, etc. So that level of socialization, we have lost. We lost that. Now YouTube, you stay at home alone on your phone. It could be on a river stone by the seaside, and you could look at any kind of movie you want. You know, so that is the time. Yeah, so now is the time. So someone just sent a link to a movie Scholar have not seen. If we were to reel back for 20 years, 25 years ago, Scholar would have to go and see where he's showing in some movie. Now he go in his room and he click on that link and he can actually get the ending of that movie. So that is a new time, and we have to try to see how we could use it to our advantage. In a nutshell, I just want to say good program, guys. It brings back a lot of feelings of, nostalgia, and hopefully we do it again the next time. So just want to say good night to all the listeners, and we'll meet again hopefully next week.
Yes, indeed. Finley.
Godfrey, out of time, so yes. I would take no time at all. Only just to say that you see the link that you sent me, that you said before. When I do the link, some people are seeing picture on Facebook.
Yeah, me too.
I ain't seen no movie, so me and Dora look at that whole wrong link, and the thing is that
I'll look it up again to see.
They are so excited as they are going on. As they are going on and thing, but great program, guys, and I endorse all that Reece has said. I endorse all that Doc has said, and just to add to what Reece said. There used to be these people who used to go in movie. They watch the movie Friday night.
They're coming back and talk on the whole movie.
That's not the whole movie, so you can enjoy it. But all that part of the fun. Good night, fella.
Good night, guys. Just to say thanks again to everyone. Thanks for your calls, all your contribution. We really do appreciate it. And we're looking forward to being with you next Friday again on We Culture. I'm going to want to watch Feast of the White Lotus with Chris by May. Bye, guys.
Good night.
Loli, guys. Loli.
Where which spot was?
They had to kill him at a certain time in the day. 3 o'clock in the afternoon when the sun is a certain place. Because when you fire a lash behind time, the breeze from your hand pushing him back, all kind of things.
Good night, guys.
What running up from
to scrutum.
No, that's Fox, man. That Invincible, man. Anyway, guys, don't get me started. We go. All the best, folks. Good night. Have a good one.
That to the core, he would absorb the character to the core, and you could not differentiate between the actor and the character he was playing. He often used to say that.